Going to the game, I'm going to be playing Nunu jungle, who is very strong for peeling and tanking for your team. In this matchup, we're currently up against Lee Sin, and in a Nunu versus Lee Sin, this is an advantage for Lee Sin in the early game due to having stronger damage and better ganks. But once we're able to scale up a bit and go to the team fights, this is definitely gonna be good for Nunu because of the fact that we're gonna be very tanky, have sustain, and be able to protect our team at the same time. I see that Zoe placed a control ward on the top side, that's why I switched over to the bot lane and placed it there. That way it's gonna be very hard for Lee Sin to gank Zoe, but since we're a bit delayed and we wouldn't be able to reach the Krugs, I decided to go for a Raptor start. When going for the start, you're gonna go path towards the bot lane and hopefully that I would be able to get a gank there. If in case I cannot find a gank, what I can do is get double scuttler so that my pathing will not be that bad. Because if I go on Raptors, Red, Krugs, and then go to Wolves, I will be a bit behind when it comes to pathing. That's why I'm saving my smite for the scuttle, and I could even go for a possible gank bot side or the mid lane. Invading is a bit risky since our lanes do not have priority, and after finishing the Krugs, I see that their bot lane is extended. Perfect timing for a gank. Charge up my second skill, go around. I want to hit the Jinx since she's a bit low, get her with the snare. Even though she flashed, I'm able to kill her with my first kill and very successful gank. I was thinking if I should go for the bottom scut, but since I do not see Lee Sin, there's a high chance that he'll be there, and I do not want to risk my flash or possibly a kill for Lee. Top side, Darius gets a kill. We just go back, play it a bit safe, and start to clear our top camps. Our ward is still there, and lo and behold, Lee Sin is bot side, looking for a gank on our bot. And that's why I didn't want to go for the scut. If you look at the minimap, Lee Sin has already gotten the scuttler, and he's able to do a successful gank bot, helping the Jinx get back into the game. While I can't do anything about that, I just want to clear my camps, get level 5 as soon as possible. That way I will have access to my ultimate and can go for a possible gank. Top lane is pushing, that's why instead of going for scuttle, I go for a gank onto this Yasuo. A bit too early on my snowball. I wait for the creeps to go in. I tank the tower, ultimate in, damage the Yasuo a bit so that Darius can execute with his ultimate. This is what you want to do with Nunu. As soon as you see an overextended lane or a lane that can be towered dove, you can immediately go there with the use of your second skill. I see Lee Sin at the bot side taking my Raptors, so this means that his Krugs will be up. We'll just trade jungle camps, and what I'm doing now is I'm waiting for Yasuo to come back because I know that Lee Sin is at the bot side, and as soon as he shows up, we go for the engage. I tank the tower so my Darius can damage the Yas. Since I don't do too much damage, it's much better for me to tank the tower. Another kill for Darius. Really good early game. We're able to be efficient with our ganks, and with Lee Sin showing up top, it's a bit too late for him. Not only am I able to get his Krugs, I'm also able to get 2 ganks off of that. Bot lane is a bit overextended again. They're fighting, and I could go for a gank. I go away from the red buff, use my second skill to gap close. Zoe is there to help. Wait for her to hit. Nice skill shot on the Nautilus. We follow up with our snowball. We go for the Jinx instead because Nautilus was guaranteed to die. Unfortunately, she's able to live with 1 HP. I could have smited her, but I'm not sure why I wasn't able to do that. I think it was out of range. Lee Sin goes for a top gank. Seeing that I'm at the bot side, good response. And our bot lane was able to kill Jinx. 1-for-1 trade. With Orianna pushing the mid lane, I'm just wanting to farm my jungle camps before covering the mid. My red buff is still up. Lee Sin, Yasuo trying to get some plates. And since Darius is super far ahead, this would help Yasuo also get back into the game. We poke the Orianna a bit. Once she uses her ultimate, we go back because that's a huge skill burned. And I can't kill Orianna since I don't have any spells right now. With Dragon spawning in 30 seconds, I just want to clear this red buff plus Raptors. Oops, rather, just the red buff because my Sunfire is already up. And if I clear too much, then I might be too late to respond on the objective. Lee Sin shows up top again. So this means that Dragon will be most likely be free for the taking. 1-for-1 trade. Darius is able to take down the Yasuo. And with Lee Sin being very low on HP, we could just start this right away. There's a high chance that Lee Sin will go for Herald instead. Our bot lane dies to the Jinx. I think they got a bit greedy. But with the Dragon getting very low, we're able to secure it. Immediately go to the Herald. But as soon as I see Lee Sin looking to contest, I know that we would be able to get this objective. It's still gonna be quite a bit of a risk since they're quite healthy and they just reset. That's why instead of starting the Herald, I look to go for a pick-off. Jinx Kaisa shows up bot, so this is gonna be a 4v4. Use my third skill, and they're poking me a bit. I have my first skill to get some HP back. Darius getting pretty low. We secured the Herald, but at what cost? We tank as much as we can, but we just lack the damage to be able to get those executes. If you look at our composition, Senna is not yet that strong. Zoe relies on her poke, and Darius is the only one that can possibly damage the opponents, but he needs to get full stacks on his ultimate. Kaisa goes in, gets a kill. That's very good for us. Zoe going in, getting a kill as well. Not the worst case situation because of the fact that we got the Rift Herald. It's a good trade overall, getting solo kills on our laners, and with the plating still up, I could just use Herald to secure the first tower. Once I use Herald, there's no way that they could stop this, so I immediately look for another lane to go for, or if there's no lane that's pushing, I could just steal Lee Sin's camps. The next thing that I want to do is keep up the pressure because when playing Nunu, you always want to look for ganks rather than farming your own camps. The only time you farm your own camps if there is nothing else that you could do. Your champion doesn't rely much on gold, you just want to peel for your team and help them get ahead in the game. With Darius pushing, we could go for a possible tower dive, but Lee Sin is still missing, so there's a chance that he might be here. Yep, he just shows up. Mid lane, Zoe dies. Unfortunate. 2v2 happening right now. Nice combo, but I quite tanky. I have my ultimate for the additional shield, and Darius is able to get the reset. Good synergy by the two of us. Nautilus flashes in. I think to myself, if I get the tower, I decided last minute to go away, but as soon as Orianna shows up, I have no choice but to flash. At least bot lane was able to get a tower, and with that, we get lots of money. Then the next item that I'm gonna go for is the Searing Crown. That way, my third skill will deal additional burn damage, and it also stacks with Sunfire, making me not only very tanky, it also gives me some DPS as well. With the red buff up, we just want to take this. Raptors also, and then we could go for a possible gank in another lane. Checking the map, Senna randomly face checks. I think about helping her, but it's already too late. They're quite low. Lee Sin, bot gank, getting our Kaisa pretty low, but she's able to escape. Never mind. She catches the Q. I use my snowball to try and catch this Lee Sin. It's gonna be quite hard since he has his second skill. Jinx misses the trap, so this is a chance. So we go on the Jinx instead. Was no low mobility. Ulti smite to secure the kill. But unfortunately, Orianna, Yasuo, fast response. They're able to help, and we get taken down. If it was only the Nautilus there, I would have lived easily, but you know, good job on the opponents for the response. Darius goes in, flash out by the Orianna and Yasuo. Zoe flashing in, and that's gonna be the fight there. While waiting to respond, the next thing that I want to go for is most probably the Dragon, since it's gonna be up in 40 seconds. The only thing that I need to do for my team is to peel for them. Before going for the objective, I just want to clear my camps. 30 seconds is still quite off. Gives me time to at least clear 1 or 2 camps. Blue buff is up, and blue is really good on Nunu because of the fact that it reduces our cooldown and allows us to spam our skills more. We can also give it to the Zoe just in case she needs the mana for poking. Darius goes back, wants to buy Sterax, so we don't want to start this immediately since we don't have the numbers advantage. we want to start this once we're complete. That way, it's gonna be a 5v5, and if you look at the team comps, we should have an advantage since we have a lot of DPS with Kai'Sa Sen at the back, plus Nunu Darius to peel for our team. We start the Dragon. I'm quite confident we could take this with the first skill plus might, 1.6k. Immediately take this, then go, protect my team, tank all of the damage, ultimate to deal some damage, and then flash out just in case I might get executed. My team just cleans up. Our 5v5 is much stronger than theirs at this current stage of the game. The reason why is because they're a bit squishier and they need more time to farm with the Jinx or Orianna, who are both scaling champions. We get an ace, we get the dragon, we can even get the second tier tower. And this is my role in the team. You don't need to get much kills. You just need to peel for your team so that they would be able to DPS the enemy properly. We look for camps to farm. Just take the big Krug so that the small Krugs will still be there, delaying Lee Sin's clear. And with the Scuttle up, we just want to take this, build more tanky. And if you look at their lineup, they have a lot of crits, so Randuin's is a very good option here with Jinx and Yasuo. With nothing else happening, of course, as much as possible, you would want to gank, but you don't want to forget to farm your own camps as well. Searing Crown is now up. Now we have more DPS. I think about what item to go next. Going for the Thornmail plus Spirit Visage so that we would have even more healing with our Q. Bot lane, there's a fight that happens. They get 2 kills. The entire enemy team is there. Currently 5v3, but with me arriving, with my Searing Crown, we deal a lot of damage onto this Orianna. See all of the burn that's happening. Nice there by the Senna. We burst Orianna low, put her low with our ulti, and with her burning, I have my third skill. Just one hit, she goes down. Nautilus is the only one left, and the Sunfire Cape plus Searing Crown burn, even though it's quite tanky, we're able to burst him down with the first skill, second skill. Yep, we just chomp him, and we win the 4v5 team fight. Darius is able to take down top tower, giving us a massive win in this clash. With all of the camps up, we go back to our own jungle, give the red buff to Kai'Sa, or we can just go for buff sharing and get more money. Because we're quite tanky, but there's still room for us to grow so that we would be unkillable later on. Once we get Spirit Visage plus possibly Stone Plate, we would have so much shielding with the ultimate plus Visage, the first skill plus Visage, and even the Stone Plate plus Visage. We could even get Randuin's so that we would get even more healing since they deal a lot of crit. Scuttle is up on the top side. We're able to secure it with the second skill. We look for a team fight, but seeing the positioning of my teammates, they're not yet ready. That's why I just chose to go back. If in case Kai'Sa Zoe was there, I would have gone for an all-in. A fight happens mid lane. Nautilus gets poked. He gets ulted also by Zoe. Nice burst. Kai'Sa goes in. Really good play with the Senna snare. And we follow up with our own snowball. Kai'Sa getting a triple kill. And with 4 of their members down, this is gonna be free Baron for us to take. We could even solo this with just Darius plus Nunu, but it would be way faster if my team would help. Anyway, if we're able to secure the Baron, this is going to be perfect since the third dragon will be spawning soon, which is something that we could easily take, especially with the Baron buff that we have right now. We don't need to rush this game because if you look at our comp, there's still also a bit of scaling with Kai'Sa, Senna being very strong in the later stages of the game. We go back, buy our Giant's Belt, position ourselves at the Dragon so that we could secure this as soon as possible. We see that 3 of their members are topside. Yasuo is gonna be alone. He is able to safely go back, but it's fine because the main thing that I want to take here is the third Dragon. Getting a 3 Dragon power spike plus Baron is gonna be very scary. Darius and Yone fights 1v1. Yone forces the flash away. We dodge the tornado, we go in with the third skill, get a snare, first skill, get the kill, then immediately go on the flank on where they are. I'm thinking about going for Orianna or Nautilus. I decide to go for the Nautilus, but as soon as he flashes, I look to go for the Ori, but they don't even need my help. Kai'Sa, Senna already dealing tons of damage. And with that, 4 members are down. This could be a possible end since we still have the Baron buff. The only member that is left is Nautilus, which is the support, who can't do much. I even tanked the Nexus. Darius with a good hook. Used my ultimate for the additional shield. And with Nautilus going down, nice ultimate by the Darius. Their Nexus is exposed, even with the shielding. With Baron empowered minions, we just go straight and end the game. Nunu jungle is not that flashy, but if we're able to do our job well, we're able to help snowball our teammates since our ganks were very effective early on. 69% on Nunu. We get MVP. Props to my team for knowing how to use their lead. 5, 2, and 13. And despite being very active, we have a lot of gold. 16k damage dealt. Even though we're a tank, 6k damage taken. And with that, that is all for our Nunu gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Ciao, ciao.